top here, you should be good to go in any seat. Go ahead, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthem by the Farmington High School award-winning band under the direction of Miss Linda Hook, and the presentation of colors by the Air Force Junior ROTC. Commanding today's performance is Cadet Captain Christian Lippard, along with Cadets Emily Damba, Kyle Gartner, and Andrew Faulkner. Would you please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Farmington Student Council, Miss Peyton Galt.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which we stand, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ms. Payton. Would you please be seated? Thank you for attending this morning. My name is Senior Master Sergeant Ernie Heflin. I am in charge of the Air Force Junior ROTC here at Farmington High School. I wish, along with the remainder of our Farmington High School, we wish and say thank you for being here. What we would like to do at this time is our high school band will play the Armed Forces Salute, honoring all of our Armed Forces members. We ask all of our veterans in the audience to stand while your service song is being played and your flag is being presented. Ladies and gentlemen, faculty members, honored guests and students, in front of you this morning, is 75 years ago these men and women served our country. Wow. That generation made it possible for us. What I would like to do is, when I mention the war that you served in, gentlemen, ladies, please stand up and be recognized. Those of you that served World War II, please stand up. Please be seated. Next, 1950s. Korean War. Would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. 1960s through 70s. The Vietnam War. Please be standing and recognized. Thank you. The 1990s, Persian Gulf War. Please stand and be recognized. (2003) and currently going, the global war on terrorism. Would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you very much. Now what I'd like to do is turn it over to somebody who has composure. This is our current Corps Commander, Cadet Colonel Emily Damba. Please come forward.
Thank you. Those who have served and those currently serving in branches of our United States military are ever mindful that the sweetness of enduring peace has always been tainted by the bitterness of personal sacrifice. We are compelled then to never forget that while we enjoy our daily pleasures, there are others who have endured and may still be enduring the agonies of pain, of deprivation, or of internment. Let us pause then to recognize our POWs and MIAs with the Missing Man Table Ceremony. See here a table which has been raised to call attention to its purpose, which is to honor our missing comrades in arms. This table, set for one, is small, symbolizing the frailty of one prisoner alone against his or her oppressors, and representing all Americans still missing from each of the 5 services: Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, and Coast Guard, as well as civilians. These brave men and women answered our nation's call and serve the cause of freedom. So then, this table is a very special way of symbolizing the fact that members of our armed forces are still missing from our ranks. These ones are referred to as POWs and MIAs. We call them brothers. They are unable to be with their loved ones and families here, so we join together to pay our humble tribute to them and bear witness to their continued absence. Now let us review the meaning of the items on our missing man table. The table is round, showing our everlasting concern for our men and women still missing. The tablecloth is white. The cloth symbolizes the purity of their motives when answering the call to duty. The napkin is black, symbolizing the dark hearts of some politicians and other leaders in government who haven't tried to bring our soldiers home and who have forgotten them. A single red rose is displayed in a vase. The red rose reminds us of the life of each of the missing and of their loved ones and close friends who keep the faith and await answers concerning their missing family member or friend. The vase is tied with a red ribbon, which is a symbol of our continued determination to account for our missing. Although the ribbon has been temporarily broken, it is still firmly in our grasp, and we will continue to search. A slice of lemon on the bread plate reminds us of the bitter fate of those captured and missing in a foreign land. A pinch of salt on each bread plate symbolizes the tears endured by those missing and their families who seek answers. A Bible is placed prominently on the table. The Bible represents the strength gained through faith to sustain those lost from our country. The United States was founded as one nation under God. An inverted glass can be seen at the place setting. The inverted glass symbolizes the POW or MIA's inability to share this evening's meal. There is an empty chair at the table. As though being saved for someone, the empty chair symbolizes that although these ones we recognize now are missing, they are not forgotten. The candle is reminiscent of the light of hope, which lives in our hearts to illuminate their way home, away from their captors, to the open arms of a grateful nation. Let us pray to the Supreme Commander that all of our comrades will soon be back within our ranks. Let us remember and never forget their sacrifices. May God forever watch over them and protect them and their families, and may each of us live worthy of their sacrifice in the way that we love and serve. In God we trust, and let us observe a moment of silence in honor of America's fallen soldiers.
Ladies and gentlemen of the armed services, thank you very much for being here and welcome to Farmington. We are deeply honored that you have come, that you've chosen us as your send-off site. You're on your way to Washington, D.C., where you receive many more thanks, but we are very, very honored that we got to be the first to give it today. Thank you for letting us have the opportunity to serve you this morning, and thank you even more for the sacrifices that you have made. Without any further ado, I would like to ask Mr. Rob Callahan, who has become a friend of mine in the last few weeks, to come forward and speak to you all.
Good morning. This school, you kids have just warmed my heart, to put it lightly. This morning when we drove up, I couldn't believe what I saw. And you all have been incredible to us and to these heroes here that we have with us. Thank you all so much. You'll be very proud of yourself. This is our 12th trip of taking these heroes to Washington, D.C., and it's a 3-day, 2-night, all-expense-paid trip. These veterans don't pay a penny to go see their memorials. And I just want you guys to know that whatever we do to show you thanks and honor Tour feels it's never enough. We're always looking, what can we do more to bring thanks and honor for your service and sacrifice, and we greatly applaud you for your service and sacrifices for all the freedoms that we enjoy today and so much take for granted daily. I've got a few people here that I would like to thank that make this trip possible. First Midwest Bank, which I'm employed at, is a huge sponsor of Honor Tour, and they love our active military. They love our veterans. Colton Steakhouse. We have veterans that come to Poplar Bluff that they've driven a lot of miles to get there for this trip. And so the night they get there on Thursday, Colton Steakhouse provides them with a free meal. Drury Southwest, they donate free hotel rooms for these veterans that come to Poplar Bluff and need a hotel the night before the trip or the night after we return from D.C. Mid-Continent Nail Corporation, a huge supporter of Honor Tour, not just this trip, but past trips also. Senator Doug Libla, another huge supporter of Honor Tour and of our veterans and our active duty. Congressman Jason Smith, this is his first Honor Tour event, and we have a great supporter and a great leader in Washington, D.C. fighting for you and I today. Our motor coach out here, Southwestern Illinois Bus Company, this is the second trip that they've donated that motor coach. That is over a $3,000 gift each trip that they make to us. The high school here, the cheerleaders, the ROTC, all of you kids, Nathan, all of you all have just done an incredible job at helping to send these veterans off on this trip. And the city of Farmington, not just the city, the mayor, the offices, the citizens of this community, we are honored to be here, and we thank you all so much. And I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize a few people in the Corps of Honor Tour. Donna, would you stand up, please? Donna's my wife of 40 years, and I'm as crazy about her today as I was the day I saw her sitting in the ticket booth at the Rogers Theater in Poplar Bluff back in 1971. Tucker, where you at? Mike, you and Tucker step out here. Come on. Come on. I'm going to stand here till you come on out here. Tucker's with First Midwest Bank, and Mike behind him. These two guys take all the pictures on the tour, video. We can't do it without you guys. Thank you all. Yeah, y'all take a picture of each other. All right. With that said, I'm going to turn it back over to Nathan. Thank you all so much. You all have done a great, great job. And y'all stop. One thing I failed to say, and I can't believe I did, but honor tour is not Donna's, mine, Tucker's. It is God's honor tour, and we give him all the honor, glory, and praise. We are just his tools. He is the King of all kings.
Ladies and gentlemen, in addition to the esteemed gentleman sitting behind me, we do have a few other members of our government who are here to honor these veterans, and I'd like to thank them at this point. Over to my left, I see our representative, Ms. Linda Black. And to my right, Representative Kevin Engler. He's way back there on the left. I stand corrected. At this point, I would like to ask our mayor, Mr. Mitt Landrum, to please come forward and speak.
Well, for those of you who aren't from here, let me say welcome to Farmington, Missouri. It is my privilege to extend to all of you veterans the heartfelt gratitude of the people of Farmington for your service and your sacrifice that you've done on behalf of all of us. And I love all of you veterans, but most of my remarks are going to be toward the folks from World War II, from that era this morning. And we want to thank you especially for your courage and your service in a war that was a fight to the finish. It was all in. Either you would stop them or they would take over the world. And you were not going to come back until either you did stop them, which you did, and save the world. You all had the guts, the willingness to serve, and you weren't out trying to get rich or become famous. Yours is the generation that could adapt to anything, and we don't think about that too much. But not many of you knew how to buck rivets or use an automatic weapon in the summer of 1941, but you sure did by the summer of 1942. America called you, and you left whatever you were doing, and you went. And a lot of your friends and loved ones didn't come back. They lie in hollowed cemeteries all around the world, places they never dreamed they would die in, as they were growing up in the Great Depression. You did all these things out of a simple love. You loved your country. You loved all of us who would come after you. You wanted a better life for us. So thank you for all of this. We owe you a debt that we can never repay. The best hope for America is that your spirit and your grittiness and your courage and your endurance and your willingness to serve will live on in all of us. God bless all of you, and God bless America.
We are privileged to have with us today our representative to the Congress of the United States of America, Mr. Jason Smith, pardon me. I would like to ask him to come forward now.
Wow, that's all I can literally say. It is an immense honor to be part of these activities today. It was a great opportunity to to ride from Poplar Bluff to Farmington with the honor tour. I can tell you, for the folks that wasn't on the bus, we're definitely on there with some characters, some of the greatest Americans. And what I want to say to all the kids that are in this room is that a lot of times all that you've known about World War II or the Korean War or the Vietnam War or the current day war is what you've read. These individuals right here have lived it. The ones that we've seen that stand up. I mean, their stories, it's impacted, it's been their life. And I'm telling you, every time that you look at a veteran, always remember that every freedom that you have right now, every opportunity you have to play any video game or watch any football game or eat in any restaurant was paved by the sacrifices that every veteran has experienced. Whether it was the freedoms that we got from the veterans that stormed the beaches of Normandy in World War II, fought in the South Pacific Islands, whether it was the veterans that served in Vietnam and flew the helicopters, or the veterans that went across the rugged fields of Iraq or the mountains of Afghanistan, or whether it was the veterans that served on the large ships in Korea, every one of you added to the freedoms that we experience in our great nation. And I'm excited that each and every one of you have the opportunity to travel to Washington, D.C. and to visit your memorials, because they are your memorials. You have the opportunity to see these monuments that have been built to honor your sacrifice. And I want to say thank you for every American, for your service. I want to thank you for the personal sacrifice that each and every one of you gave when you left your families and your communities and your friends to go halfway across the world to fight for our freedoms. And I want to thank you for not being afraid to look evil in the eye and not back down and continue to fight. And I want to thank you for the examples that you lead for myself and that you lead for every one of these young people that's in this room. It's an honor to be here and to be part of these activities, and it's an honor to serve as your congressman. Thank you.
We also have with us this morning Missouri State Senator Doug Leibla. I'd like to ask him to come forward now as well.
Thank you. Well said, Congressman. What a privilege it is to live in the United States of America. Let's give America a hand, okay? What a privilege it is here to be here to honor our veterans and our heroes that went off and as previously been said, left their families. I'm just in awe of all you guys and girls serving in the military. And, you know, Rob and Donna, you guys need one more applause, because I can tell you right now, Rob Callahan works his tail off getting out and getting people to help sponsor this tour. And Donna's right there beside him all the time. Tucker over there does a great job. But one more round of applause, because I tell you, we can't applause enough for these folks. All the volunteers it takes, you know, the law enforcement and the honor that everybody brings our veterans on the trip up. Leaving Poplar Bluff this morning, people there at 5 o'clock in the morning making sure the veterans are comfortable and making sure they're fed and making sure they're safely put on the bus. It takes a lot of people to put this on. And I'm proud to say that I'm going to Washington, D.C. with them. My wife, Elaine, here is with me also, and a lot of her friends. And we're going to go and help out. And it's just a privilege to be in you guys' midst. So thanks so much for everything you've done. Appreciate it very much. God bless America.
Reset.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd like to say thank you to our JROTC, Key Club, cheerleaders, Nightline, Stuco, and all the students who've been involved. You've made us very, very proud. Thank you. Miss Hook. Ladies and gentlemen, let's applaud these gentlemen as they head out. This is our send-off and our thank you. Make Farmington proud. High school, would you please stay put for just a little bit? Junior high, thank you all for being here. We very much appreciate that. I believe your buses are out front and waiting.